Welcome to Coach's Corner Special Edition. I'm your host, Andy Weidenbach. We'll be talking to coaches, players, and other key figures in the hockey world. This podcast is brought to you by Stream Cortex for all your hockey needs. Today's guest is Dan Cassano, assistant coach of the Long Island Gulls U16 National Championship finalist. Enjoy the show. Coach, welcome to the program and congrats on taking your team to the Tier 1 U16 National Championship finals.
I appreciate you having me. Thanks so much.
So tell me, Coach, what did you do to prepare this team for this long run in the Nationals and your state playoffs and your season?
I'd say it starts probably all the way back, probably back in late August. We start out week-long training camp to kind of bring everybody together and, kind of just instill our culture and put together, our systems and really more importantly, we have guys that are coming, from all over North America. We bring in a lot of guys. We get a lot of interest from the outside, not just local Long Island guys, but really just trying to instill that culture and instill that vulnerability and that love. And I think that that's something that, it really paid off for us as we went down the stretch. Injuries happen, illness happens, you lose guys. There's ups and downs, there's adversity. I think, it starts at that training camp where we're together for a week. We sleep under one roof. We're practicing 2 days a week, 2 times a day. We're skating. We're in the gym. We're doing video. We're doing vulnerability exercises, team building activities, all that kind of stuff. And so I think it starts probably all the way back like August 20th. And then it's, all the kind of shared experiences that we go through, playing 60 plus games, practicing 3-4 times a week, for 7 or 8 months. And, obviously you don't win without great talent. I think we had, an unbelievable group of players, but more importantly, I think it's probably one of the tightest, if not the tightest knit group of kids I've ever coached. And I think that goes a long way. You need a lot of that, if you're going to get as far as we did. So.
Yeah, team chemistry definitely plays dividends. There's no question. And it sounds to me like you guys, have some structure and built a good program there. What makes this team so special?
I think it's a lot of things. I think it starts with the people, though. When we're looking at anybody that reaches out to us or anybody that we've identified, that may want to come here. Are they a good person first? And that sounds cliche, but it's really the truth. We want to bring in good people that come from good families. We want to make them good young men off the ice first and foremost. We don't want to deal with anybody that's going to be a jerk or anything like that. We want to have positive experiences every day. So I think when you look at that and trying to build a team, it's good people first. We do a lot in the community. We want kids that are selfless and that are humble and have that humility. I think that's 1 and 1A with being a good hockey player. You need to be a good person too. And I think that's what made this group special. We had a lot of kids that came from a lot of different parts of the country and, they gelled and they came together real quickly. And I think we had, for us, a bullseye on our back all year long is obviously, myself and Vinny Smith, who came over here to take over the Gulls this year. It's our first year coming from New Jersey. We had, some people that maybe necessarily didn't want to see us succeed in our new role. And I think, that our kids felt some of that pressure too. But I think they persevered. We look for that. We look for mentally tough kids. And I think we found that. And that was a special part of this group is, no matter what happened, no matter what adversity struck, they were always willing to keep fighting and keep pushing. And, we certainly, I think we defied the odds in a lot of ways as a program that, it's our first year here and, to get to the national final and lose in the game that we did in such a tight game. I think it was, it's a testament to the kids.
Yeah. I think it's nice when you can coach a team when they really feel like they got something to prove.
Absolutely.
They really do work hard and go the extra mile. Were there any unforeseen pleasant surprises during the course of the season?
I wouldn't call them surprises. I think we had a lot of kids that took strides in a big way that pushed themselves outside of their comfort zone. I think of kids like Griffin Erdman, who was a blue chip kid that kind of got lost a little bit in the shuffle. Being a prep school kid. Last year with COVID, it was really tough. He was locked down at times. He wasn't able to be seen maybe as much as he would have liked to, and wasn't able to work on his craft maybe as much as he would have liked to. But he was a kid that took off this year in our setting and in our atmosphere. And a kid like Riley Mullen, Jamison Slies, Rich Rucerito, Kyle Kim. Like I could rattle off probably 7 or 8 more. Like I'm I'm proud of our group. They really push themselves. We're demanding. I like to think we're demanding but fair. But we're hard on our guys, and we put them in a really tough schedule. We don't really play any soft games. We play an independent schedule where every game is tough. There's adversity. We're trying to prepare them for that next level, whether that's, junior or college. And, we're fortunate, this year to have double-digit commits between our 16 and our 18s, in the first year. And I think a lot of that is, again, just testament to putting our kids in adversity, pushing them hard every single day. Like, I think for us, we'd rather lose a game 3-2 because we played a really tough opponent than win 9 or 10-0. Like, I think there's so much more you can learn, and put on tape when you play, tough game after tough game and live in adversity and live in some struggle. And I think that's where the learning happens. So I wouldn't necessarily say anything surprising, but I think we really had some really pleasant stories for sure.
That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. I think building that tough schedule definitely pays dividends at the end of the season. You're battle tested.
No doubt.
No easy games. I saw a little bit of your schedule online, and it looks to me like you guys played a really tough schedule.
No, absolutely. And I think that's, you kind of hit the nail on the head. It's battle tested. We went to states where we play in a tough state. New York's, an unbelievably tough, state to get out of, district to get out of. When you look at, we had to play Bishop Kearney in game 1. We had to play Buffalo in game 2, 2 top 10 teams. And then you're going into a semifinal where you're right back at, playing, Buffalo again, and then playing the Regals in the final. So it was really tough to get to nationals. And I think once you got to nationals, it was the same thing where you play a really well coached and really strong and talented Sioux Falls team. We played Pittsburgh, who was, we played them 6 or 7 times this year, and every game was a war. And we played Chicago Mission, who, the name speaks for itself. And I think, those games, they weren't too big for our team because we lived in that. We played 3 or 4 tough games like that pretty much every single weekend. So there was no, eyes weren't too big. Everybody was ready to go, because, we were confident that we had done it all year, and we could kind of just, fall back on our training and rely on the things that we had done all year. So I think the schedule is a big part of that.
Yeah. So you guys played the BK Select several times during the season. And
Yep.
I know that it was pretty much an even battle all the way through. So you're in that final game. Did you, was there any special preparation that went into that game? I mean, you guys got to know each other pretty well.
Absolutely. I think we played them, I want to say 6 or 7 times. We play in the Northeast Pac League with them, which I think it's one of the best leagues in the country. We look at, the 5 teams that are in it, it's 5 of the top 8 or 9. All of them went to nationals. And I think we had some wars with BK, throughout the year. It feels like we played them every month, and really well coached, unbelievable talent. I think they were a team that forced us maybe to play a little bit outside of, what we were typically able to do and where we had success. So they really challenged us. I think for us going into that last game, it was, again, it's like any other game. I think for them, it's limiting mistakes in the middle of the rink because they thrive on chaos. And the winning goal was actually a turnover in the middle of the rink, and it happens. And, they capitalized, and, you tip your cap to them. But, I felt like, the boys were ready. They worked hard. We felt like we had a good game plan in place, and I think we outshot them by 18 or 20 in the game. And their goalie was good. And all the power to them. They won it, and it's congrats to them. But I felt like our guys, they battled, and they were definitely ready. They did everything they could possibly do, and that BK is a great team, great program.
Yeah, they had a lot of good things to say about your program as well. There's a lot of mutual respect there for sure, and I think most good teams do respect their opponents.
Absolutely.
Are there any players on your team, or how many players on your team are being looked at or recruited by college and junior teams? I suspect that with the level that you guys are playing, you probably have several players, but are there some pretty high profile guys in the program?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we had 6 or 7 guys just from our 16 team commit Division I this year, like through during the season. A number of our 05s. We talk about Griffin Erdman, who I mentioned before, committing to Dartmouth. We had Ben Yurchuk, who committed to Northeastern. Logan Rankowski to Harvard. We've had a really good string of guys. We've got a number of kids that have gone on official visits, that have gotten phone calls, on January 1, the 06s. Talk about kids like Tommy Zocco and Danny D'Alessandro, Jack Genovese, but we've got a number of other guys, 05s, Kyle Kim, Alex Bosland, Zach Ferris, our goalie. So I would say it's upwards of 12 to 13 guys that have been contacted or have committed. And I think when all said and done, I think a good portion of these kids, if not, almost all of them will commit to Division I institutions. And if they don't, it'll be, very high end Division III hockey. But, like I said, it was a special group, a really talented group for sure.
So most of these guys, before they go to college, obviously they're too young. I'm assuming they're going to end up in junior team, probably play junior hockey next year.
Yep.
So is there any one place they're going, or they're just kind of spread out all over the country?
Yeah, we've got a number of kids that were USHL drafted, either this past week, with the 06 draft, in phase 1 with D'Alessandro and Zolko and Genovese, who I mentioned before. All three of those guys went in the future draft, but they'll be back with us at 16s. They were underage guys, so they'll play U16 for us again, and they'll be leaders. They'll wear letters for us. They went through an unbelievable season. They can lean on those experiences. But you look at, again, I go back to Erdman. He got some games at Waterloo this year, so he'll be in Waterloo, I think. I think he's certainly ready to make that jump. Logan Rankowski, Cedar Rapids prospect, I think is another kid that'll make the jump and is ready. Jameson Sly's a kid that'll push in Omaha, to make that team. Kyle Kim will push in Youngstown. So I think we'll have a number of kids that play junior hockey, but we'll also have, some kids that come back and play 18s with us. Our 18 team is perennially a top 5 team in the country as well. They went to nationals. So we've got a feeder, and I think, we believe in, a slow and steady development pace. We want guys to be over ready before they go up to, to junior hockey. And, I think, you look at our 18 coach, Mark Latito's been doing it for 30 years, and has a ton of experience in helping guys get to the next level. So, I think anybody that comes back and plays 18s for us is going to get, a great experience and continue to stack on what they did last year and the year before that and playing with us. So, all these kids are on their own path, but, we believe in guys, taking that slow and steady pace. If they're ready to go play junior, great. But if not, we're more than happy to have them back in our program for another year.
Yeah, that brings me to my next question. So what's the future look like? So what does next year look like for you guys?
It's a lot of the same, honestly. I mentioned Vinny Smith before, him and I and Mark as well. We're in New Jersey, with the Avalanche for a number of years and had success there. And, the Gulls, came calling, about a year and a half ago and offered us the opportunity, not just to be the midget coaches and run the midget program, but, to run the entire program as a whole and be hockey directors. So we're kind of looking at this holistically now, from 18U all the way down to mini mites, or if you want to look at it the other way, mini mites all the way up to 18U and everything in between, and trying to build it the right way and bringing in, good human beings and good families and, kids that are selfless. Like I said, we do a ton in the community. That's important to us. We do, a lot of charity work. We do a Hockey Fights Cancer game every year. We're raising money. We do a pay it forward every week where, our teams have to do selfless acts and talk about what they do. It's just about putting others first. We have a Big Brother program that we talk about and that we execute. We pair some of our older teams with some of our younger teams and do that type of stuff. So I think for us, the future's bright, no doubt. I think we had, some things that we learned from in year one. I think our midget program is always going to be strong. It's something that that we've done for a long time between Mark and Vinny and myself. And but I think for us, it's really about growing our mites and our squirts and helping them to move up year after year after year, so that they're making our team every single year. They're making their Pee Wee team, they're making their Bantam team, and then ultimately they're making it up to play for us at midget. So I think for us, it's just continuing to do what we do and just continuing to learn from the things that maybe didn't go as well and trying to grow from those experiences. But we're excited about the future. I'm a Long Island born and bred kid, so it's important for me, to have an unbelievable program here and make it a destination. Vinny's a New Yorker, Mark's a New Yorker, so this is something that's really important to us and trying to build it year after year. So we're excited about what's to come for sure.
Yeah, it looks like your hard work is paying off. You have a great program there.
Sure.
And I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule today to join us. I know you just got off the ice from practice. I don't know if you have an off season. You guys probably are working year round, but take a little time to, smell the roses. Hope you enjoy the summer. Good luck next season. And again, congratulations on a great season and a great finish. And thanks for joining us again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate the time, and happy to be on anytime.